Hi guys, Brisha here. Welcome to my channel. I have a double frame card for you today, and this one's quite special because it has lights inside. And if I turn off the lights, you can see it a little bit better here. Similar to this one. This is the one I made for practice, and this is the one I'll be making on camera. And this is sort of an evolved card from one of my previous designs. And this one's called the glass flower pressed card. And I'll see if I can put a link there for you to find if you wish to see how this was made. They were made slightly different. This one uses foam, whereas this is more of a shadowbox style, but very, very thin. So it was quite one of the difficult cards that I've made, but once you get a hang of it, your next one's going to be easy. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get into it. So first you'll need a piece of 10 by 7, and you are going to score at 5 inches, and this will form the borders on the inside. And then you will need another piece, but the dimensions and the scoring for that we will work on once we've finished everything else and we are completing the final stages of the card. So we're going to hold on to this one. And then you need 4 pieces of 1 5/8 by 4 7/8 and 4 pieces of 1 5/8 by 6 7/8. And there's 4 pieces each of those, so 8 pieces in total. And for all of them, you're going to score at 3/8, 5/8, 1, and 1 1/4. So again, that's 3/8, 5/8, 1, and 1 1/4. And then on the smaller of the piece, so on all 4 of the small pieces, you are going to, along the 4 7/8 side, you're going to score again at 3 inches, at 3/8 of an inch, but you're going to start scoring from the top, go past the first score line, and score until the second. So just until there. And then you're going to flip it so that you are still on the same side, but on the other end. And you're going to do the same again. So score at 3/8, start scoring from the top, go past the first score line until the second score line. So if I were to make a mark, just so that it's more clearer, this and that, those are your 2 score lines. And then you're just gonna get a ruler. You don't have to get a ruler, but I think it's easier to make a line. So you're going to make a line from this end until the corner of the next score line. So there. And same thing you're going to do on the other side. So for your 4 pieces, which are 1 5/8 by 4 7/8, this is what you should have. And you're going to get scissors and just cut off the pencil lines. So we're cutting this off and cut off from the score line. that off. So 4 pieces of this and 4 pieces of this. This is just scored. So we're just going to go through a couple of other things that we need, and we'll work on this later. So other things we need is 4 pieces of acetate, which are just under 5 by 7, all 4 of them. And then you need some strips of acetate to go inside. So mine is, I've just used the scraps that was left over after cutting this out, but you can have yours thicker. So mine is just 1 by 7, and so your flowers are going to go on top of that and underneath that. So I may add another piece if it is unable to take the weight of the flowers, but yeah, I don't have to cut a special piece for it. You can just use your scraps and just put them close together if you're using 2, that is. And then you need a message card to go inside the card. Okay, so for these pieces that we just looked at, we're going to fold and burnish all of them. So I'm going to get rid of this first. Okay, once you've folded and burnished them, for your easy piece, which is this one, the 7-inch long one, you're going to fold on one side, just pick a side, you're going to fold it once, and then you're going to apply your glue. And then the other side, you're going to fold on top of that and close it to paste it. And leave that to dry. And the other one, same thing. One side you're going to fold, so just fold the shorter side like that. Apply your glue to it. And then you fold that end on top of it. So you're going to have 8 pieces in total. 4 of these, that shaped, and 4 of these. So I had already prepared for the whole thing. I just wanted to show you how to do one of them. Okay, so once they're dry, they should just give you that long log shape there, and these will help you get those dimension. Okay, we're going to set this aside, and now we're going to bring back our the 10 by 7 piece. So for your 10 by 7, you want to cut a border that is slightly bigger than this piece. So my piece for the width of this is 3/8. So I want to have a border which is about 1/2 inch, so that I'm sure that I give enough room for this to be hidden. I've got this mat here, and each grid is about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to use that to make my borders. So first I'm going to draw them. So each grid is 1/4 inch, which means 2 grids will give me 1/2 inch of border. I'm just going to draw one like that. So once you've done drawing your borders, this is sort of what you should have. You can have borders that are thicker than that, but I prefer 1/2 inches. So I'm going to get rid of that. And now we just get our cutting tool and we're going to cut off the border. Alright, and that's done as well. So the next step, we're going to get 2 acetates and we're going to put them on each side. So one here and one there. So I usually just use my double-sided tape to do that. Once that's done, you can put your acetate. So to efficiently put your acetate, sometimes I struggle to do that, or I used to struggle to do that. So now I've found a trick. So you take out just one, peel off just one side of the acetate, double-sided tape. Then you put your acetate at the other end that has still got the protective layer for the double-sided tape on. You place it on top of that and then let it fall onto the sticky end like that. And once that's done, you can peel off the rest of your double-sided tape one by one. Okay, that's all done. So now you can put your corners. So 4 on each side. So we need the double-sided tape again. Okay, so to put the corners, what you need to do is sort of join them like a puzzle. So I'm just going to put this aside and show what it's supposed to do. So you get your longer pieces, then you have your shorter pieces. On the shorter piece, you put that cut corner end on top, like that. And this here, you're going to slide inside, like this. This one will go inside, like that. That will fit in like this. And you need to make sure that you're really pushing them in so that it's not bent outwards. Because if it bends outwards, it will look untidy because you'll be able to see it once you have finished your card. So this is the shape that we want to form on each side on this side and this side. So to stick them on there, you're going to first put the shorter ends. So peel off one side of it. And the shorter piece. So this one facing upwards, the full side will be down on there, like that. Just like that. Then do the other end as well. So same thing. Go. Then once that's done, you will get your piece. So push this out just a little bit, and I'm gonna push that in, push that out a little bit, and push that in, like that. Okay, so peel off. So before you paste it, just ensure to check that they're all fitting, so that nothing is off in dimensions and you have stuck it and now you have to rip it off. So yeah, before sticking anything down, just keep checking the next step. So we're gonna pull this back, stick that there, push this out a little bit and push that in. There. So it may be a little untidy on the looks, but that's okay because this will be covered by a border anyway, so you don't have to be absolutely tidy. What we are trying to achieve here is a lift to put your flowers in. Just a bit of dimension. Okay, so that side is done. You can actually put glue on the corners here and stick that. Now we can do the next piece. Just gonna make sure that it is all fitting. Yep. And peel that off. Just gonna put a little bit of glue there actually. There. And now we do the other side. Exactly what you did here, we're going to do on the other side. And I'm gonna open that like this. So once it's done, ensure that you have done it nice and flush. You can't see anything through the acetate that you're not supposed to. Nothing is sticking out at the edges. So once all of that is done, you can bring in your decoration. I'm going to put this aside a little bit. So here's all my decoration for this card. For one side of the card, I have stuck all the flowers together like that. So I'm going to stick this onto my acetate, the thin strip of acetate, and then I will put all these little leaves on it, just tuck them in, and then I'll put this onto the card, flip it and put it on there like that, and then I'll paste the rest of the flowers behind these ones. Okay, so first step to do that, I'm going to put a piece of double-sided tape on here. But just need to measure exactly where I want these flowers to be. So just a rough estimate. So I think I want it somewhat like that. No. Yeah, I think I want it like this. So I want roughly around there. Got my double-sided tape and just a rough measurement of how long I need it to be. Then flip and can paste it. And then what I'm going to do is put the rest of the flowers onto this first set of flowers. Okay, now that's done. So the next step is to decorate the back. So I've decided to put white leaves instead of the green ones I had before, just to go with the white and red theme. And what I'm going to do is paste one of them, I've only got two here, paste one of them directly onto the acetate like that, and the other one I'll be pasting on here so that there's a bit of a dimension, 3D dimension going on. Alright, once you have decorated or put all your decoration in, we are ready for our light. So I've got this light here from Temu, and this is quite bulky, but if you have a flatter one, that would be a better choice for something like this. Okay, to put your light on, you're going to want to start from the back frame first. So the light is going to be sitting, the switch is going to be sitting here, right about here. You need to give it, the switch will be sitting right about there, and you need to give it a little bit of buffer for it to come out so it's not catching anywhere. And then just measure how much lights you're going to need for each frame. So I'll just get my double-sided tape and I'm just going to stick it. And then I'm going to bring it until this corner, and I'm going to stick it again, just so that it doesn't move. So I've been over this frame once, and I've still got quite a few to go, so I think I'll take it through one more time. So once you're done with one side, just close your card and bring the wire over the binding area, and you can start your process again for this side. So because you've got the acetate there, you just have to maneuver it out through from under the acetate. Okay, so once the lights are done, we can actually make our final border. We need our second piece that I spoke about. So I said the dimensions for this one will be given when we come to doing it. So the height of it should be 7 inches, just like that. And then first we're going to score at 5 inches. And then we'll shift it just a little bit so that we are scoring right next to the score line that we just made, but not leaving any gaps. So we just want to broaden the thickness of our score line, because the card will be closing, and this here, it's not a sharp corner. So because it's not a sharp corner, we need a little bit of a bump in our bind. So we need to build our bind. So we're just gonna thicken it. And just to get rid of that, bring in that tool and just go over it like that. And then you bring your card in, close it, and actually you want to fold this first, fold and vanish this first, and then bring your card, and you want to just put it over it and make a mark as to where your next score line should be. So roughly there. Just ignore those 2 lines. So bring in your scoreboard again. Flip it. And we want to score around about there. And again, you want to shift it and score right next to it to broaden the thickness. And then just get rid of that again. And I'm just going to use this. Fold that as well. And now I need to check so enclose your card in between that and just make a mark of where you need to cut. So we can cut that off. And now bring the scoreboard back again, and this time you want to find the middle of those two score lines, and you want to score it there, right in the middle. And you can broaden that as well. So this here will be slightly different for most of us because the thickness of this line, the distance between these two score lines will determine how long your piece is going to be, because our borders here, that's probably going to be different weighted. The cardstock used for these will be different weight for most of us. So some may use 250 GSM, some may use 300, some may use 350. Mine is 350, I think. So it makes it thicker. So if I look at my dimensions now, this remains 7 obviously, but this here is 10 and 7/8 and scored at 5, which everyone will be scoring, but then my second score line is at 5 and 3/8, and my third score line is at 5 3/4. But depending on your thickness, this may be different for you. So which is why I said we will do this later when we come to finishing up the card. So now this score line that you just made, it needs to be folded inwards like that. So you will have that shape. That's for your bind. And then we need to cut a border just like how we did for our inside. Alright, now we put double-sided tape on all of this. And we're going to put our acetate on there. Okay, so the acetate is done, and you will just need to leave enough wire here so that it can overlap and get pasted onto your border. And now for the final time, we're going to put double-sided tape on there again. So to paste your border, just peel off this side, close your card, and you want to paste and then peel off the double-sided tape one by one while pasting it at the same time. While pasting your border, I mean. side, you want to close your card and put your border in place. Paste it like that. And then close the card. And this time you want to start peeling off from this side. Peel it off. Bring this in. You want to put this border right up until there, pasting it well. Then peel off the side, paste that. That and peel off the final one. Is that cool? And as for this, I'm going to put it on a bit of foam because it's one of the strongest adhesives I have at the moment. So forget this one, but you can use a double-sided tape if you feel that is stronger for you. And I'm just going to paste that over there like this. There. So once you've pasted everything, the first time you open your card, you want to push in that binding over there. So hold it like this and push it in, or hold it as you open it. So what you want to do is that score line needs to get pushed downwards, needs to get pushed inside. So we need to do that so that nothing rips off. If you don't do this well, then as you open the card, the force of your border will pull off whatever's inside it, if your adhesive is like that. So if you open it like this, so once you have reinforced that score line by pushing it in, then you will have no issues again. Like that. And then I'm going to put a message card there. So I'm just going to flip it, put it behind there, like that, and then I'm just going to close the card. Make sure it's stuck in, and there it is. Cool. So the card is done. I'm not going to put any sentiments, so I could have put a sentiment inside, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to use this card for. It looks like a Valentine's Day card, but yeah, I can always put a sentiment over it. So if I were to turn off my lights to show you this, that's what it's going to look like. Cool. Okay, so this is all done. If you liked this video, then do hit the like button, and if you wish to see more of my designs, then please do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video if you wish to see more of my videos. Until then,